Do you have term insurance through your employer? Well, great. You're taking the steps to financial protection of your loved ones, and you're doing better than majority of people out there. But there are a few things to be aware of if you are purchasing term insurance through your employer. First off, there are limitations on how much of a face amount sometimes you can get. There may be a guaranteed issue aspect of it, but typically underwriting is still going to be involved if you're trying to go with a higher face amount. Second, there's a lack of portability, meaning that if you're laid off, if you quit a job, if something happens and the company is no longer, it makes it a lot harder for you to take that policy with you. And if you are able to, typically it could be at a higher cost. It could be also later on if you're maybe not insurable. And there can be some issues sometimes transferring it if you're even able to. So the third, I would say, is that there's no cash value involved. There's really no gain besides protecting you for that face amount. So there's no way that you can actually build cash accumulation to potentially take loans against that policy and be your own bank and use that money that you've been putting into the policy for other things. And then fourth, I would say there is limited customization. So such as other policies where you can actually choose the term amount, you can actually build cash value, you can determine how much you're wanting to pay. All these different types of things you can customize to make specific to you and your family and what you're trying to achieve financially. And then fifth is the potential of increasing premiums. This can happen mainly because of the fact that you could actually be underwritten at a higher rate, or if you're taking that policy elsewhere, they're typically going to charge you more because there's a conversion rate involved switching it over to a term policy on your own. Or if your employer actually chooses a different insurance company altogether, those rates could also go up. So there's a lot of unpredictability sometimes when you're dealing with group term insurance. So consider this, there's other options. You can own your own term policy. You have a little bit better understanding of how long that policy is going to last. You don't have to worry about being rated up in the future, and that rate is going to be the same for that term limit. You also have whole life, which is going to last your whole life. You're also going to build cash value with that. Or if you're really trying to build some cash value, you can do an index universal life, or what I call the laser fund. So there are different options out there that you can actually take in and do yourself and have a little bit more control over what the outcome is going to be. So with that being said, something to think about with the stability of your group term life insurance and if it's still a right fit for you. Now, I'm not knocking on it. It's a great supplement, but you should also consider owning your own policy. Anyways, contact me today. We can talk about some numbers and I can tell you how you could set this up for you and your family. All right, you guys have an awesome day.